Welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia. This is Crafting with Natalia, and today I have a Flosstube video. It's my first Flosstube for 2023. Believe it or not, I finally made it. It's been a very long time since last time I recorded a video for you guys, and I'm really sorry about that. And I'm afraid that this may continue for a while, so I think I'm going to switch to monthly updates with potentially some occasional diamond painting updates. But in terms of cross stitch or in terms of video recording at the moment, I think I'm gonna have to cut it down to 1 month for the time being. It's been a crazy month. It's been very busy. Very busy at work. Yeah, that was the main thing. Well, so first of all, well, those of you who are new to this channel, you don't know me, so welcome here to the crazy Flosstube channel, full of giggles. Hopefully you enjoy it here. I don't really know what to say. It's so weird. I feel like I haven't done it for a while, so apologies if this video may be a little bit disjointed. It may also be disjointed because I have a chemistry lesson and I'm trying to record the video around so I may run out of time and I may have to record part 1 now and part 2 later. So yes, apologies if also I have to interrupt the video and then record again, but I will try and patch it up together in the end so it makes some sort of sensible Flosstube video for you guys to see. But yes, so those of you who don't know me, I don't know what I actually want to say. I guess I want to explain myself. I have a very busy full-time job. I'm a scientist. I work in a very busy lab in NHS, so in healthcare service here in the UK. And also I am recently married, and my husband, it's kind of a long story, but he was applying for a visa to come home here to the UK, and he finally got his visa at the end of December, just before Christmas. And so I know those of you guys who've watched my previous Flosstube, you know about that, and thank you so much for all the kind words from all of you. It means a lot to me, you know, all your sweet comments and supportive words. But yes, so finally my hubby has come home, but of course that's kind of disrupted my whole routine, you know, that I've developed when he wasn't here for several months, and in a good way, no, not in a bad way, but you know, I don't have as much time for myself as I did before, because obviously we want to catch up and we want to spend more time together, and you know, I need to cook dinner or whatever after work, so there's maybe less time in general for crafting and video recording and so on. But also my job has been incredibly busy this month. I've been working lots and lots of overtime. I've been last week finishing work at like 8 p.m. And then I come home. Occasionally I try and cook something, but then I'm so tired I don't even have energy for anything anymore. So really the past 2-3 weeks my crafting time has reduced a lot. So there hasn't been as much progress in my projects, and also there hasn't really been time to record, because when I do have time then I'm trying to rest, relax, spend time with my hubby, maybe go out and you know, do things, or even just, you know, do some shopping, groceries, whatever. So there isn't a whole lot of time for crafting at the moment. And with the situation at work right now, I suspect this may continue for, you know, well, basically we're short-staffed, so until we employ some new people and train them, so it may be a few months before the situation really stabilizes enough for me to have enough time for everything. And then there's some other things, but I don't want to bore you guys. I really hope maybe I can record like a whip and chat, or like stitch and chat, or diamond paint and chat, where I can update you a little bit on my life. But yeah, I haven't managed. I was going to do it last week and No, it was just no chance to do it. But yeah, hopefully I can record a video like that at some point to catch you up on my life. But right now this is a Flosstube video, and I know you guys, a lot of you just came here for the stitching. So I want to now move on to the stitching and update you on what I've been working on in January, what's been happening, what are the plans for February, and you know, all the stitchy stuff. So I have some notes here, but I didn't make a lot of notes really, but just like the most important things I wanted to say. But the really kind of the most important thing I wanted to show you was I have an FFO. I have an FFO. And I'm so very excited about this one. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, then this video, you don't have to watch this video, because I've shown everything on Instagram, because you know what? Digression again. Sorry guys, this is what it's like on this channel. It's not gonna get better. If you don't like it, just don't subscribe. just move on. It's always this bad. But if you don't mind some digressing and some giggles, then please stick around, and yeah, consider hitting that subscribe button. But yes, what I wanted to say was, when I was doing my 2022 year summary, I realized that I was missing pictures of my projects. I realized that on my Instagram, I was really bad with posting progress, posting finishes, like it was a mess. So my New Year resolution was to try and be more regular with my posts. So let's say at least try and every time I finish something, post it on Instagram. And I thought now at the end of the month that it could be really helpful to have like this monthly review on Instagram as well. So basically post the projects that I worked on and where they are at the end of the month. That way for me, I know what I worked on. I have pictures of everything at that point. And also for you guys, you can see, you know, what I've been up to. And it's like kind of like a diary. I don't know. I think that will be really helpful. So I thought I was going to do that, and I basically made a post already on Instagram of everything that I worked on in January, and also with my fully finished object. That's where you go, right? FFO. So basically everything is on there. So really, you don't have to watch this video. If you follow me on Instagram, probably you're going to find this really boring. So I don't even know why I'm recording this. But I just wanted to say hello, really. So that's why. But sometimes it's nice to see things, like for me, even if I see people posting pictures of stuff, I actually like hearing them talk about their projects and how they're working on them. And, you know, it's sometimes nice to see things on the video as well. So I thought, you know, yeah, it's kind of like double doing the same thing, but on two different media, I guess. And sorry, I've got a glass table, so I keep hitting it today for some reason. I'm sitting, I think I need to move stuff around, but yeah, it's I don't have enough space in here. But anyway, let's not worry about that. So my FFO is the very famous seahorse. It's the Glorious Seahorse by Leslie Tier, which I've been going on and on about for months. So you guys must be really sick of listening about the seahorse. But the seahorse is finally done. Not just done, but it's actually fully framed. I ordered a custom frame from Easy Frame UK. I will put the link below because I'm not sure. I think there's two companies with very similar names. So I'm gonna put the link to the one that I used, and they actually, the service was really good. There was lots of options to choose from, and yeah, you can put, so it's custom, so you can put your size and whether you want to have a mount, and yeah, there's lots of different options, and you can put like a preview of your picture in there so you can get an idea of what it may look like when it's framed. And they were very quick, I have to say. It was the first time I ordered from them, and I think I ordered it like Thursday and I had it on Monday. So I think for a custom order, that's really good. So anyway, so if you're in the UK, you may consider using them, but I only used them once, so I had a really good experience based on that one order, but that doesn't mean they're always so good, so please don't take my word for it. So what I wanted to say is the seahorse is framed, yes, and then finished. And I will show you, I don't know if the light will be good. It's very, very sunny today here. I'm in London, and today we have an exceptionally sunny day. So yeah, it's really beautiful, but it's maybe a little bit too sunny to get a good quality video recorded. So let's see how that goes. Anyway. Dum-da-da-dum. Yay! That's my seahorse. Yay, yay, yay. I've put a picture, well, I've put pictures on Instagram. You can have a look on there to see some close-ups as well. I may actually, now that it's so sunny, after I record this little bit, I may try and record like small video of the seahorse with my back camera, which is much better than my front camera at focusing. But I think today I'm getting more true colors because I was struggling when I was taking the pictures. It was in the morning, so it wasn't quite gray as well, and it wasn't. This is the first sunny day we have this week, I think, so the colors weren't really looking right on the pictures, but I just went with it because it is what it is sometimes, you know, with the lighting. But this now on here, the fabric looks much better. Like you can really see, so it's like a sea fabric from HandDyedbyRolanda in Canada. And it's a 16 count Aida. But yeah, I think today you can really see the color of it. I think it's really coming, you can see that sea colors, and it's slightly mottled. So yeah, I think it's looking gorgeous. Yeah, what should I say? I think it's looking beautiful. So the frame, it's got like gold, it's not fully gold, but it's like gold elements in it, like this. And I think actually the size and the frame itself work perfectly. Honestly, I couldn't be happier. I was so worried when I ordered it. I was so worried that it was going to be either too small or too big, because I wasn't sure if I gave enough margin or if I gave too much margin on the measurement that I did. And I wasn't sure about the frame itself, what it was going to look like. I decided to go without glass in the end. Well, one reason I struggled to fit it's not deep enough really, because they sent me, I wanted a non-reflexive, but that one is much thicker, so it was really thick, and with the beads it would be squishing on the beads. And also then actually I think the colors I think it's like when you put cross stitch behind glass, it sometimes loses, I don't know, some of that colors or like the sparkle on the beads. So in the end I decided to go without glass. Yeah, but I think I can't stop looking at him. Honestly, guys, he makes me so happy. Yeah, I was just, it took me a while to get him framed properly. But when I finally managed to, I just like, wow, I was like speechless with the result. Like I wasn't expecting him to look so good, honestly. It took forever for me to pick the frame. Honestly, I was debating it for like, first of all, I was worried about ordering the frame in the first place. Then when I finally sat down to do it, I spent 2 days trying the different previews. I'm like, I don't like any of them. It's not gonna look good in any frames. I'm gonna give up on this. I'm not gonna frame him at all. But eventually I made the decision, and I'm really, really happy with this frame for sure. And I think it looks quite professional, even though it's not done professionally at all. Yeah, I don't know if I should maybe hang him here for my videos. So I have him behind me. It's not, if I wasn't recording Flosstube, I would probably hang him somewhere else. But I would really like to have him in my videos. So I may hang him there. I don't know yet. I don't know. But I love him so much. yeah, so that's the seahorse. One thing that I really wanted to do, which I forgot that I wanted to do before now, I only remembered as I was showing you the seahorse, is I wanted to show you the spreadsheet that I'm using for monitoring how I work on my whips, or when I work on my whips, month by month. So this spreadsheet is not my invention, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but I just wanted to show you how I use it. So the spreadsheet I get from Teresa Little Stitcher, who's one of my favorite Flosstubers, and I keep mentioning her because she's amazing. And I met Teresa in person. Can you believe this? That I was like starstruck, honestly. Wow. And I must have made a fool of myself, because I think I saw her and I didn't know at all what to say. And then eventually I came up to her and I don't know if I introduced myself or if someone, maybe Ellie Welly. So Ellie Welly Stitcher is basically, okay, I'm starting again from, let's give you the full story. We had Stitch and Chat Day at Stansted from Essex Needle Retreats. Basically they do 2 retreats a year, and they do also now 2 Stitch and Chat Days. One in January and one in November. I was lucky enough to get a place for the January one. They're getting quite busy, like quite popular now, but I was lucky to get one. And I also already got a place for the one in November, so I'm very, very happy about that. So I think so, yes, I did. I'm getting so confused what happened this month. Everything is starting to blend in my head. I don't know what I imagined and what actually happened. But I did meet Teresa, and so basically 2 amazing people organized these Stitch and Chat Days. So one is Teresa Little Stitcher, and the second person that I didn't know before I went on. So my first Stitch and Chat Day with them was in November, and when I went on that one, I met Elaine from I keep calling her Ellie, but her name is Elaine. And she's the Ellie Welly Stitcher on YouTube. I will also link her channel below. They're both amazing. I think I have a little crush on Teresa just because historically, she's like the only Flosstuber she's like the first Flosstuber I ever watched, and she's like the only Flosstuber, one of very few Flosstubers I watched pretty much all of her channel content. I watched it, I binge watched her when I first got into Flosstube and into stitching. And I actually, one of her beginner videos was kind of what helped me start with the stitching. So I have sentiment obviously for Teresa. But now Elaine, she's a completely different character, but she's so lovely, and she's got her Flosstubes are they're so sweet and so calming, and so, Teresa is like bubbly, and Elaine is like she calms me down so much, and I can just listen to her as I craft, and then she's such a sweet, warm person, that I feel so privileged to have been able to meet both of them. And kind of, have them amongst my stitchy connections now. I think that's amazing. So that was really, really lovely. And there was a few other people that are also amazing people, like Penny and Kerry, and I met a few new people, a few new faces on that Stitch and Chat Day. So I had great time, and I don't know how I got, because the spreadsheet. So the spreadsheet is from Teresa Little Stitcher, and I will show you now what the spreadsheet is and how I use it, just so that you know, in case if you haven't seen it before, and also so that you can see what I worked on in January visually, as well as I see it myself. So I'm gonna insert that now. Hopefully that recording will work, and then I'll see you after on here. Okay, so hopefully you can see my screen. I'm never sure about this when I do this, because I've only done it a couple of times before, and because my mic on the laptop doesn't seem to be working recently, so I'm recording the audio separately. So hopefully that goes all right. So I just thought this would be a good idea to do at the end of each month, and it's actually been really helpful for me. So I'm using the tracker, the project tracker spreadsheet from Teresa Little Stitcher. So I'm sure you know Teresa, but if you don't know Teresa, she's got a YouTube channel, which I will link below, and I will link her website as well, where you can download this spreadsheet completely for free. And I think it's a great thing. I've never used it before, but at the start of 2023, I thought that would be a great idea to track my WIPs, and maybe just to keep me I don't know, just to know what I'm doing and keep me on track with my projects, to see which ones I haven't been working on, which ones I have been working on and how much. And I just think it's a nice way of knowing what I'm actually doing in a month. So here you can see there's a tab with WIPs. So basically in this tab I've inputted all of my WIPs, which right now I think is 40. So quite a few. So basically that just has a list, and I didn't fill in the start date because for most of the things, I mean, I could work out maybe roughly when I started them, but I don't actually keep track of when I start things. But actually this spreadsheet will probably change this, because actually here you can you know, as you're tracking your projects day by day, you can put the new starts in here as well. So that way I will always know when I started something and when I finished it. So actually that's great for keeping track of that. But for now, I've left this blank. I just wanted to have the list of all the WIPs so that I can use it in the other tabs. And I think at the end of the year, there's like this really nice tab here which shows you which WIPs you've worked on throughout the year, in which months, and how many days you spend on them. So that's really nice. So anyway, so January, I've managed actually to stitch, I think, every single day of January. Although I seem to have forgotten to put what I stitched on the last day of January. And I'm wondering what that was. I think it was Hummingbird Pixie, to be honest. I think that's what I stitched on that day. So I'm gonna put that there. I'm quite sure that's the project I worked on at the very end of January. So here you can see in January I actually managed to stitch in every single day, which is great. Some days it may have just been 15-20 minutes. Some days it may have been 3 hours or more, I don't know. So it can be really variable for me how much time I spend a day on stitching. But so anyway, so you can see here that every month is broken into individual days, and there's like a little key that you can use. So S stands for stitched. So if you just stitched on a project, then you can have also finished project, or FFO the project. You can also have a new start or an unknown. I don't know what an unknown can be, but yes, you can also have an unknown. So anyway. So you can see that I started the month traveling to Vienna, and when I was traveling to Vienna I took this project with me, which I will show you in my Flosstube. So that's the project I started the month with, and then I kind of gradually I was adding the WIPs as I was working on them. So it so you can see that was my second and third and fourth project and so on. And so I tried, after coming back from Vienna, I tried to everyday stitch a little bit on one of my modern folk embroidery pieces. So I started with the Fruit of Plenty and I tried. So you can see I didn't stitch on it every single day, but I tried to, the days where if I didn't stitch on it one day, then the next day I would try to double. So I'm trying to do 25 minutes a day on this one. So let's say if I didn't stitch on it here, then the next day I would stitch 50 minutes at least on it. And then I had a new start. So I had 2 new starts, one Hoity Toity here and one Hummingbird Pixie here. So I'm going to show you these as well. And then I was working on my squirrels as well. So I spent quite a few days stitching on gathering acorns, although some of the days was literally maybe 20 minutes. So maybe even there was a day when I just put one thread and that was it. And then I picked up the other modern folk embroidery piece that I'm working on. And that's the second squirrel I only spent like maybe 3 days on. So not a lot of stitching at all. But so what's nice about this spreadsheet is that here, stop being stupid, Excel. It's doing this thing. Oh, there we go. So at the end of each each row, basically, you get total number of days that you stitched on a given project in a month. So you can get a nice summary how many days you spent on each project. But I must say, you have to be careful, like when you look at these statistics, because you know, I may spend, like on this squirrel, on the gathering acorns, I spent in theory 12 days, but quite a few of these days would have been very short stitching time. Versus, you know, I may spend only, I don't know, 6 days on Hoity Toity, but I spend more time on it. So, you know, so it kind of depends how much, you know, in a day I actually spend on it. So it just gives you a rough idea. And yeah, some days you can see I worked on 2 or even 3 projects. I think on this Saturday I was feeling like switching between projects a lot. So I actually worked on 3 different projects. So yes, so sometimes it may be just a short time on each project, even though I stitch on 3 different projects in a day. So anyway, so I just wanted to show you how this worksheet works. Spreadsheet, sorry, that's term from work. How the spreadsheet works. And yeah, and just show you an example. And I think it's quite nice for me to see which projects I work on this month, how many days, and yeah, what I started, what I finished. Well, in this case, I didn't really finish anything, but hopefully, maybe soon there will be an F somewhere. Anyway, so let's go back to my Flosstube, and I'll actually show you all of these projects now. Okay, now that you're back, and hopefully you'd have seen the thing I recorded, which I don't know how it worked out, but hopefully you've seen my spreadsheet. Now, as I was like pausing the video, I remembered, well, I looked at my notes, to be honest, I didn't remember, but I looked at my notes and then I remembered that I was also meant to, since I've shown you the seahorse now, you've seen the glorious seahorse in its full glory. Now I want to I've lost plot. Now, last time, I'm so all over the place, but in December, I did a giveaway for the seahorse chart. I have a printed chart for the seahorse, which I want to post to one of you guys. And I had a few entries for the giveaway. And so now I'm going to show you who the winner is of the giveaway. So now I should have like a drum roll or something. I don't know. If I can, I will insert one, but if not, we'll have a fake drum roll. So the giveaway winner is Gail. So Gail, let me get your surname right. Maltese, if that's, yeah, I don't know if that's probably completely incorrect. But anyway, Gail, I think there was only one Gail who commented. So it is Gail. If you could drop me an email on my email address is always below my videos in the description, somewhere at the bottom of the description. It should say my email address is craftingwithnatalia, one word. I think that's what my email, I don't even know what my email address is, but I believe it's craftingwithnatalia, no dots, no nothing, @gmail.com. So yes, but it is in the description always. So if you could just drop me an email with your address, your postal address, so that I can send you the giveaway, the seahorse chart. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I did, because I had so much fun with it. And look how gorgeous it looks. Yeah, so I hope you like it too. And what I wanted to say, I don't know where you are in the world, Gail. So if you are outside of the UK, I know there's been issues with the Royal Mail is having issues with shipping stuff, so there may be delay. Also because I'm going away, I'm traveling on Thursday, and because I'm working so much before that, I may not get a chance to go to the post office before I travel, so I may only be able to post that after, so sorry if there's a delay. But Gail, congratulations. Yes, enjoy the seahorse. I love doing these little giveaways every now and then. So yeah, I'll try and do some more over the the coming months as well. I don't really do them, what do you call them, milestones? Is it like when you reach, I don't know, so many subscribers? I'm not about the numbers. I'll just do them when I feel like it. Because to me, it doesn't matter if I have, I don't know, like 822, or if I have, I don't know, 967. It doesn't matter. It's amazing that you guys are there. So if I have a giveaway, then I will just do it whenever, if I feel like it. So always stay tuned for that. Okay. Okay, so I'm now recording this after a break because I've had my chemistry lesson. I only have one occasional student that sometimes asks me for lessons, and I keep running out of time for everything, so I'm trying to squeeze in everything in this weekend. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to edit this video, but I will try. I will try to edit it this evening. Today is Sunday, the 5th of February. Hopefully I can finish editing it today, and hopefully then it will go on by tomorrow. Let's see. But yes, so now I can focus entirely on this Flosstube video, but I have agenda for the day, so I don't want to talk too much. So let's keep going. So you've seen my spreadsheet. So I had 2 new starts this month, so I'm going to start with them. So my 2 new starts, one is the long-awaited, well, they're both stitch alongs actually, but this one, we were planning it since the retreat back in October. I think the Stitch in London, no, actually it was the Redford, yeah, it was the Floss Friends UK retreat, when me and Justine got inspired by Edita. So Edita, I'm sorry Edita, I can't say your name. Edita is Polish, but I don't seem to be able to speak Polish when I speak English, so I'm sorry Edita. But Edita finished her Hoity Toity and she brought it to the retreat, and we were so inspired by it that we said with Justine, we're gonna have to stitch it. So we're doing a stitch along together, and I think Edita is also stitching it the second time so we're all using actually the silks from Mrs. Sedas, I don't know how you say it, but I will link the website below. So Mrs. Sedas, I think she lives in Germany. I believe so, and she dyes the silks, and she has a set of silks specifically for this design, which is Hoity Toity by the Long Dog Samplers. And I'm sorry for the glare. I will, maybe if I put this down a little bit more, maybe it'll be better, hopefully. But anyway, so I can take it out of here actually. Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers. So I'm using a paper chart because I'm crazy and I like paper charts. And yes, so the silks, I forgot, you know, it's been a while since I've stitched on it. According to my spreadsheet, the last time I stitched on it was 11th of January, so I already forgot everything because so much has happened since then. But where I am here. This is what I have. So this is a new start. So I don't have a previous photograph for this. Now is my camera, that's kind of like, is it dirty or something? Give me a second, guys. It just looks very hazy. Does this look like less hazy? Slightly less hazy. I don't know. I don't serge my edges, as you see, so I have embarrassing amount of fraying fabric. This is stitched on 36 count even weave in, I believe this is off-white. Is it antique? I don't know if there was antique. I ordered it from a website which I don't remember what it's called. This is the worst Flosstube ever. The worst Flosstube ever. Oh, I will need to look it up where I ordered it from. But it was, I was struggling to find a 36 count even weave. I really like even weave fabrics rather than linen, just because they're more even. And I wanted 36 count because the silks and the amount of silks that she provides is recommended for 36 count stitch 2/2. So I didn't want to, normally I would go I think for 32 count, but obviously I wouldn't have enough for that, so I decided okay, but I'm gonna try and find even weave. So I found this off-white even weave. So this is just the top this corner here, right? Basically, I don't think this, okay, this is gonna be a struggle because of the light. It's very, very bright, so it's really hard to see the colors on here. It's really not showing them at all. It's very washed out. Let me see if I angle the camera differently, if you can see them. Okay, how about I do this on this side? And sorry, I still have some threads at the back that I haven't trimmed, so they may be coming through the fabric a bit. But these colors on this side are showing much better, I think. I think so. So I'm going to insert as well a picture of, I'm taking with my back camera of where it is now. As in, like, I was taking, you know, all the pictures for Instagram, so I can throw that one in here as well for you guys to see. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to say about the silks. Okay, I'm gonna angle this back because this is really weird. Sorry, I live in a very small flat and all this recording business is a struggle. I don't really have a good space for recording or for crafting, so, you know, it's all done in the living room. It's all difficult. I'm very jealous of all the people who have like a dedicated crafting room or space within the house. It's my dream to have that one day, but at the moment I don't have it, so we just have to make do with what we have. Okay, so I'm just gonna pack this back, but I have a slight concern about this because the silks, the colors of the silks are very different. As beautiful as they are very different from the DMC colors that I've seen on Edita's finish. So I'm slightly concerned because there's a lot of orange and yellow and brown, whilst hers was much more like red and pink, I think. That's kind of the vibe that I got from it. So I'm a bit concerned that it's going to be a bit too orange and brown. And the yellow is like very bright. It's like bright in your face bright. But maybe it will be nice, like it will be very colorful and bright and happy. So it may be like very different from what it was, from what I thought it was going to be. But it may be like a good difference. So I'm going to keep going with it. And hopefully it will turn out okay, even though the colors are really, really different to what I expected. But anyway, that's Hoity Toity. Now, my second start for this month is Bella Filipina, the Hummingbird Pixie, which is this one. Okay, and I'm gonna have to, this is okay, I need to move everything, really, I need to move myself and record it on a different angle, I think, because the light is being horrible today. Okay, so Bella Filipina, the Hummingbird Pixie, is also part of a stitch along. This is actually stitch along from Teresa, the little stitcher, who started her Maguayan, and basically it all developed into this big Teresa Made Me Do It sale. So it's hashtag Teresa Made Me Do It on Instagram, and there's also a group on Facebook where you can post. And so yes, Teresa is stitching Maguayan, but really it kind of evolved to be any fancy lady, man, fancy animal, fancy whatever, fancy something. And I've been wanting to stitch a Bella Filipina for a long time because I've never stitched any Bella Filipina, so this is my first one. And this is the one that I fell in love with. I love this chart. And now they released the second Pixie, the holiday one, and the Holly Berry. And I love her. I think she's a wonderful, I think the two together next to each other would look so, well, not necessarily next to each other, but they make such a wonderful pair. And I love them both. They're quite similar to each other, actually. So I'd love to stitch that one as well. But so this is my first one, and I didn't spend a lot. According to my spreadsheet, I only spent like 5 days on her, but I don't think it was like full. And also there was so you know what I told you, I went to the stitch and chat day, and the chatting was so nice that my stitching didn't go anywhere. I tried stitching on the Hummingbird Pixie and I stitched a little bit, and then I made a mistake, and then when I came home I had to frog it. And then I stitched on my other whip, on the Squirrel, and I stitched a little bit, and then I made a mistake, so I came home, I had to frog that as well. So my stitch and chat day, the whole day, I don't know if I managed to actually stitch 100 stitches, probably not, I doubt it. It was more frogging than stitching, really. So she's been frogged a bit, but it wasn't like a big mistake on her. Squirrel was worse. Yeah. But so where I am here. I am stitching her on 28 count linen, opalescent. It's an opalescent linen. I think I didn't say that, but my seahorse was also on opalescent linen. Quite similar in color actually to the seahorse, but this is from XJudesign. What I love about XJudesign's fabrics, well, not all of them, I know that she has some mottled ones, but she also has these like hand-dyed fabrics which are not very mottled, because I'm not really so much into the strong mottling thing, because I think it can quite often take away from the design itself. I like subtle mottling, I do like, but strong mottling I think is a bit too strong for my liking. And this fabric is pretty much, it's almost uniform. There's very little change in, like, there's very slight changes in the shading, but it's got a very beautiful like sea, yeah, it is kind of like a blue-green color, and it's got the sparkle. I don't think you can see the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle? I just realized I don't have a board, but I can use the wall maybe as a board. Yeah, I forgot about the board, but yeah, hopefully you can see her fine. I'm probably gonna have to grab it later though. But yes, so this is her her skirt. She's quite difficult to stitch on though, because the chart is very big and it comes on multiple pages, and I started in the middle, which is possibly the worst possible place to start on this chart, because the middle is where 4 different pages meet. So like, okay, I'll go, but I wanted to stitch the skirt first, since I think the middle is somewhere, I don't know, somewhere where the skirt starts. So I thought, okay, I'll go and stitch the skirt, but that's spread across multiple pages, and so you go one way and then you have to figure out where the pages meet. And because I'm not familiar with the symbols, and it's in theory it's a color chart, but it's actually got very little color in it. It's mostly black and white, or like the symbols are quite similar. So I don't know, I struggle with this chart a lot, so it's very slow going. And then there's a tiny bit of craning that I've put in, and these little bits. So she's got these little bits coming out of her skirt. And then there's gonna be a lot of beads in here. Yeah, she's quite difficult as well, because there's lots of like single stitches around here in between the beads and after the beads. So yeah, she's quite difficult to stitch. So this is probably gonna take a while to get her done. And she's gonna be massive. I thought she's a pixie. You know, on here she looks very small. And then also because I'm stitching on 28 count, so I didn't realize that. Somehow I never really stitched on 28 count. I started her and then I started panicking if I have enough fabric, because because like the skirt is massive. She's huge, so she's gonna be super big, a very big girl. But according to my calculations, I should have enough fabric for her. Although they gave you incorrect stitch numbers on the front cover, just to let you know. They differ from what's inside the chart, and I think these ones here are actually incorrect, and the ones on the chart are correct. Anyway, so that's that. So that's the Hummingbird Pixie. Yeah, she's surprisingly big and difficult to stitch. But anyway, I will try and do a little bit on her every month if I can. The February is not looking good at all for any of my projects really. But we'll get to that later. Okay. Now, so I told you that I started the month with a project that I took to Vienna, right? Because we went to spend the New Year's Eve and the New Year's Day in Vienna. We just went there for like 3 days, I think so. Yeah, like maybe I left on like the afternoon of the 4th day, I think. And I took 2 projects to Vienna, but I only stitched on one. And I took this one, which is, it came up in my whip parade, and I thought, okay, I haven't stitched on this in like over a year. So I thought, and actually it's quite a small project if you look at it, like there's a lot of half stitches in there. So I thought, you know, I could maybe finish it this year. So I thought maybe I could take it to Vienna with me and get some progress done on it. And maybe if I do a little bit on it every month, you know, I could get it finished relatively soon. We will see how that goes. But so this is a kit from MP Studia. I don't know what to say. I'm losing my plot. I think it uses gamma threads. And it uses 18 count white aida. And that's it really. What I wanted to say, oh yes, so because this one is you know, I started it back, I think in December 2021. And I only stitched on it, I think, in December 21, and I haven't stitched on it since then. I pretty much forgot about it. So I will try and insert a picture of where it was last time when you saw it. Now, I'm probably gonna, well, maybe I can get away without a board. So this is where it is now. So what have I done? I can't remember. I think I finished all like the colorful bits around her scarf and the little bell. The scarf here. I did his hat. I did a bit more of his face, I think, and a bit more of hair. I did a bit of white, stitching white on white is not so much fun, and light grey. I think I did this, what do you call it? the wheel. It's not the wheel. What's it called? The thing you throw into the water when someone's drowning. I don't know. So I did this, and yeah, and I think just filling in a bit of different parts. I honestly can't remember, but I did a bit of progress on it. Not too bad. I was stitching on the plane on it, and then yeah, when I had time in the hotel, but the lighting was really bad in the hotel, so it wasn't so great for stitching. So I only did a little bit on that one. Okay, seeing that it's February, it's Valentine's month, I think like it's a good project for Valentine's, so I should really try and get a few stitches done this month as well on it. Now, third cell that I was working on this month, or last month, because now it's February, was the January squirrel cell. January squirrel cell was motivated by, well, I don't know, I think it was initiated by me, but I didn't know that I initiated it. So I think Carrie from Essex Needle Retreats, she saw me showing my squirrels, which I already started back in October, I think. And she seen my Flosstube showing them, and then she felt motivated to start her squirrel, the gathering acorns. Where is the chart? I don't know. Oh, I've lost my chart. I don't know where it is. So give me some time, guys. I need to find it. I found it. So gathering acorns from the Cottage Gardens dumplings. This little squirrel. Carrie wanted to stitch it along with other people. Well, I think I can't remember how it all came about, but Carrie started it. I blame Carrie, but I already started it before Carrie, so really I can't blame her. But so A couple other people, well, I don't know if Megan started it now from Megan Coffee Crafts, I'm not sure. But Penny is also stitching on her squirrel. And it was really fun because we all brought our squirrels to this, well, Megan didn't, but me, Carrie, and Penny, we all brought our squirrels to the Stitch and Chat Day, and we're all stitching them on different counts. So I'm stitching mine on 40 count. Penny is stitching hers. That went 27. I think she's stitching her on 27 or 28, but I think it's 27. And Carrie is stitching hers, I believe, on 32 count, if I'm correct. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Carrie. But so we're all stitching her on different, or him, on different counts. And it's really fun to see the difference because Penny brought hers out, and it was massive. Like that, she's done all the basket, you know, she's done a big chunk of the chart. But it was so big. And I haven't started on the basket yet. But that's my squirrel. And it's so tiny. So it's so fun to see how they all look on different counts. I think it's going to be really fun when we all finish them. We can bring them all to another Stitch and Chat Day and compare them when they're done. And I think it'll be super cool to see the difference. Isn't she cute? Look at her. Or him. I don't know, maybe it's a him. I quite like, well, I don't know. Either way. But, super cute. I love the squirrel. She's matching me today. I think like I'm in a squirrel outfit. Sorry, this video is a disaster, honestly. I don't know what to say. She stitched 1/2 on 40 count, and I'm loving it. Loving 1/2 on 40 count. It's very small, very delicate. I got into it now, and the stitches look very neat. Now I know, because people were telling me if you stitch 1/2 on 40 count, the stitches will look so neat. And I know what they mean, because yeah, they do. Much neater than my 2/2. And very delicate. I quite like the texture and just the fact that she's so small, or he's so small. That kind of made me regret, because I have another design, another whip by the Cottage, from the series basically, because this is from the series from 2021, which was A Time for All Seasons. And I already have a whip from that series, which I'm stitching on 32 count. And it's much bigger, and it doesn't look as neat. And I'm really now thinking maybe I should even restart it. But then I don't want to really restart it, because I've done so much stitching on it already. Actually, I could probably finish it if I really wanted to this month. Maybe not, because I'm not gonna have time, but it is a Valentine's theme project as well, so it would be good to do in February. But yes, it's so close, you know, it's like I've done so much stitching on it. I don't really want to restart it, but also it would be so cute to have the designs from the series on like 40 count, like matching count, and they're all being so small and cute. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't know that I was gonna like it so much. To be honest, I was very skeptical about stitching it on 40 count, but actually I love how little and cute he is. Yes, so that's squirrel number 1. Squirrel number 2 didn't get a lot of stitching done this month, because mostly because the stitch along was about this chart. I wanted to focus on this chart, and I did have to do some frogging, because you know what, I stitched on the Stitch and Chat Day, I stitched almost the whole outline of the squirrel, and my ends didn't meet. They didn't meet. And I had a mistake right at the start, so then I have to frog it all. It was so painful. So I can't chat and stitch at the same time. That's what it proves, really. Anyway, I got over it. I'm over it now. It's done. Squirrel number 2. This squirrel is from the Owl Forest Embroidery. I will just insert the picture here of what it should look like when it's finished. Sorry, I've got a hoarse voice because I'm talking too much, and I had my chemistry lesson and I talked too much there as well. But so, squirrel number 2. Oh, this fabric is finally looking a bit green, because every time I've shown this fabric before, it didn't look green. So this is a success. It's a bit brighter in real life, but you can at least see that it's not white. It's not white, I promise you guys, it's not white, it's actually green. So this squirrel it's also a cutie pie. I love them both. I actually love them both. I think squirrels are really cute animals. I wanted to say earlier when my window was there, but now I'm recording with my video not being here, but actually we get a lot of squirrels, and these trees behind me, if you watch my videos one day, you may actually catch squirrels running about, because there's a lot of them on these trees behind me. And when it's not so sunny, I normally have my window behind me, but today I just gave up with the sun. You know, guys, look at them. They're so cute next to each other. I love them. Yeah, so squirrel stitching in January. They're kind of like friends now. I think they're making friends, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. So I think they're both cute, aren't they? This one is stitched on 36 count. The fabric is, I forgot to say, from Megan from Coffee Craft Fabrics. The one who's also supposed to be stitching this squirrel. I'm not sure. Have you started, Megan? If you're watching, please let me know if you've started her. And what count are you doing? Are you doing which one? Which one? Let us know. Yeah, so this fabric is from Megan Coffee Crafts. And the threads are my own selection. I am using actually variegated DMC for the fair, because obviously you can't get the owl forest threads right now, so I'm using the variegated DMC for here and for the legs and the tail. The rest I'm just using solid DMCs, just the normal ones, but I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head. Yes, that was just stitched from stash kind of thing. Yes, that's really it. I don't know what else to say. Again, if I have pictures, because I have pictures that I took the other day, I can insert them in here as well, so you can see the pictures from the back camera. But that's about it for the squirrels. And I think I only have 2 projects left to show you. We're doing well, guys. I think we're almost there. Almost the end of this terrible video. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I've completely lost. I think I've lost my mind, to be honest. The past couple of weeks, they made me lose my mind. One thing that I was trying really hard to do in January, which I'm already failing at in February. So I'm not sure how that's gonna go moving forward, moving ahead. But maybe it's just because the past few days have been a bit hectic. I may catch up. Still, I started the year. Actually, I started this before the start of the new year. So end of December, I joined the 25/7 group on Facebook, and I didn't really know what it was, but I heard about it from other Flosstubers, and I thought, okay, I'll join in and I see if I can get some consistent progress on at least one of my projects. And I started doing 25 minutes a day at least on the Modern Folk Embroidery stitch along from 2021, so the Fruit of Plenty stitch along, because I love this project. It's such a beautiful design and I never work on it. Literally, it's just been sitting in my box, and then I pick it up once in a while, put a few stitches in, and there's never any progress, and I just got frustrated because I would like to see progress on it. So I thought that would be a good project to try and get 25 minutes a day stitching to see how much I can get done in a year. And I did that. I managed, I think, to stitch on it for 3 weeks probably, or maybe more even, but not necessarily every day. So as I've shown you in my spreadsheet, there were some days that I missed stitching on it, and then and obviously when I was traveling I didn't have it with me, so I didn't stitch on it. But if I miss stitching on it, I tried to make up for it on another day. So that's how it's been working out. So that design, the Fruit of Plenty, I will insert here what it's meant to look like, though I'm sure you would have seen it before. And I'm stitching, that's the one that I'm stitching on 40 count 2/2. So yeah, so a bit more bulky, but I'm loving how bright the colors are. Where you're using 2 threads on 40 count, the brightness of the colors, like, whoa, it's so bright and beautiful. I'm using 3 colors, all DMC. So 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 brown. And this is what it is. Well, actually, I should have shown. Too late. Cut. But I should have shown you where it was last time when I showed you this. However, actually, last time I probably shown you on a whip parade, which doesn't count. So last time when I've shown you this on Flosstube, I will try and insert here what it looked like. And this is where I am now. So the progress on this is done using 25 minutes a day stitching, roughly from the end of December until until maybe 20th of January or something like this. So maybe like a month, not the full month of 25, so maybe like 3 weeks of 25 a day stitching. So basically what I managed to do is finish this whole square, and then I started stitching on here. I know it doesn't look like a lot of stitching, but there is this part alone, it's like around 1500 stitches. So I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Honestly, I'm quite happy with, obviously it could be more, but it's so much more than I had, you know, at the end of December. So I'm actually seeing some real progress on this, and it is gorgeous. This is one of my favorite projects to show to you guys because it looks amazing on the camera. There's still a bit of glare from this side, but but this is one of my favorite projects. My camera just makes it look so beautiful. Oh my god, I could look at it forever. Honestly, it is just drop dead gorgeous. So that's what's motivating me to keep going with it. However, I'm not sure if I'm gonna work on it in February. March for sure. Just because, but I may change my mind about this because now that I've seen it on the camera, I want to stitch on it like right now. So I may just pick it up today, and despite what I've just said. Because then, so when it started getting kind of, I don't know, yeah, 3 weeks into January or something like that, I realized that I haven't stitched at all on my other modern folk embroidery piece. Well, I have 4 whips, I think, from them, from Jacob, from the modern folk embroidery. But I haven't stitched at all. Basically, I realized I hadn't stitched at all this. So the new style, which I got my threads in December, I started in December, then I restarted it in December. And I never stitched on it in January. And then I realized, because I'm doing 25 minutes a day on my other modern folk embroidery, when I switch later in the day, like let's say, so I do it in the morning, I do my 25 minutes in the morning. When I come back from work, I want to do something different. I want to switch to a different project. I don't really want to do another modern folk embroidery piece because I want something like a squirrel or a Pixie or something that's quite different. So I realized that's not going to work if I want to work on this as well. So I thought, and also then I realized I also have the third whip that I have from them is Isabella's Heart. And I'd really like to work on it in February because it's Valentine's and it's, you know, I started a while ago. It's a small design. I could get it finished this year. So I thought, but if I only work on that one piece, then I will not work on any other modern folk embroidery pieces in the whole year. So that's not going to work. So what I thought, let's expand my 25 minutes a day to all the modern folk embroidery whips that I have. So basically I'm allowed to stitch, you know, as long as I stitch every day or equivalent of everyday stitching of 25 minutes on any modern folk embroidery piece, then I'm covered. So that's the plan. So then towards the end of January, I switched to this one, basically. So maybe the last, I don't know how many days of January, not that many. And to be fair, I got bad the last 2 days of January. I'm not sure. I didn't stitch on it the last day of January, and then February so far hasn't been going very well. But a few days I did on this one. So there's no last time. Last time I showed you was on a whip parade, so it doesn't count. So it's technically like a new start since the last Flosstube. So I'm stitching, yeah, I'm not doing the whole design, the full stitch along. I'm stitching only the alternative trees. I don't know if I'm gonna do just one, if I'm gonna do more. Originally I thought I was gonna do all of them. Now I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I will. We will see how the first one turns out and how much I enjoy it, and then I'll decide if I'm stitching the rest of them and what colors I'll be stitching, you know, all that. So for now I'm stitching pretty much almost the called for. So I'm stitching it with a very dark blue, which is Planetarium from the Roxy Floss Co. From the Evertotes. And yeah, so Planetarium is the blue one, and I believe it's Caramel, the second one that I've picked. So yeah, Planetarium and Caramel. I will put the link to Evertote's website as well in the bottom, in the description. So I'm stitching so far that first tree, which is my favorite. I know they look small, but they are, each of them is around, I believe, well, I only have a paper chart, so it's my estimation, but it's definitely over 10,000. It's probably around 11,000 stitches or something. I don't know. Whoever has the pattern keeper can let me know. But yeah, it's a lot more stitching than it looks. And so I've done one corner, not full corner, but quite a lot of, you know, a big chunk of the corner is what I've done so far. I had more. Well, I went down here, and then I realized I went wrong, so I had to frog it. But that's fine. Yeah, so that's what I have for that one. And so that's my final whip. That's oh yeah, so this one I'm stitching on, so I switched. I was originally going to stitch it on linen. Was it 36 count? Or 32 count? I don't know. Maybe 32. Maybe 36. I don't know. I was originally going to stitch it on porcelain linen from the Evertotes as well, but I didn't love how it was looking on the linen, and I was missing the even weave, because I told you guys I love even weave for sorry. Sorry. I just scared myself there. It's my watch and the glass table, not a good combination. Now I've lost my plot. What was it that I was gonna say? That for these kind of designs, which are very symmetrical, very straight lines and all that, I prefer to have even weave. Though I noticed this one I was fine with being on linen, but I think it's because 40 count, it's so dense. It still feels quite even though it's not an even. There's a lot of even in that sentence. Even though it's not an even weave, because it's so dense, I think 40 count, I don't mind being a linen, even though the design is super like straight lines and symmetrical and all that. But when you have like 32 count or 36 count linen, it's not very even, the stitching. So when you're stitching a straight line, it doesn't actually look straight, and that really bothers me. So I thought no. So I decided to restart it on 32 count. This is soft cream Murano. I just got it from eBay. I have a seller I always use on eBay. I think it's Fiona 8755. I think that's what she's called. She's got lots of like, if you're just looking for like simple fabric, non-hand dyed fabric, she's got a good selection always. So I quite often order fabrics from her. Yeah, so that's this one. Now I don't really have much more to say today. In terms of February, I have very big very big hopes, but I can see that it's going to be a struggle really to achieve very much, because, you know, February is a short month anyway. But it's already 5th of February, and I have done almost no stitching at all. So my idea is, because the whip parade, during the whip parade, I said I have a couple of peacock projects that I haven't touched in a while. So I asked if anybody else would like to stitch some peacock projects with me. And then, who was it? Was it Tamara? I don't know. There was one of my my viewers. He said, oh yeah, I have a peacock project, I'd love to join you. And then I spoke to my other friend Anne, and she also has a peacock project. So, you know, we thought, oh, why don't we do a peacock February? And I have also diamond painting that I'd like to start with peacocks. So I thought, yeah, peacock February would be great. Except that, yeah, work has gotten in the way, and because I've been working so much, I got delayed with a lot of things, and so now I'm catching up, you know, so some like life related stuff, which is not crafting related, but also like catching up on the projects from other crafts. So, oh yeah, I was meant to show you. Here. I tried macrame in January. I did some macrame for the first time ever. And I made a macrame owl. My original idea was, I found this lovely pattern. I've never tried macrame before, but last time when I went to Poland, we were talking with my mom. We went to some shop for like sewing supplies. And basically they had lots of like macrame supplies, and I was like, what is all that, mom? And she was explaining to me what macrame was, and apparently in Poland macrame is like in fashion at the moment, so a lot of people are doing it. So yes, there was lots of supplies for that in the shop, and I didn't really know what it was at that point, but then I looked it up, and then I saw that you can make these owls, like macrame owls, and I thought, oh, that's really, really cute. I'd love to make one. And I showed one to my mom, and she's like, oh yeah, I'd love one like that. So I said, I'm gonna make you a macrame owl. So that's how the macrame owl came about. And finally I got to do it. So I tried it in January, and it didn't take very long, but I did have to stop and start a few times because I was missing the right size of rings and beads with the right size hole, and then I didn't like what I did with the eyes initially, so I kind of changed them, and yeah, so it took longer than it should. It's not perfect, but my hubby loves it. Because he was like, I was sitting at my table knotting all the, you know, you just make knots with like a rope. It's not a rope, what is it called? I forgot what it's cord, right? It's called a cord. So I was just tying up knots into this thing that didn't look like anything, and my hubby got really interested. He was like, oh, what on earth are you doing now? And he's like, this looks very exotic. Is this a necklace? Or like, he was trying to guess what it is. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you what it is until it's done. And because well, also I didn't actually believe it was ever going to turn into an owl. It's quite funny. But then finally yesterday, after like, you know, I spent some time like swearing at myself. Basically, I was like, why do you come up with these stupid ideas? And you like, I'm going to make a macrame owl when I have no idea how to do this stuff. And I was like really angry with my life. I was like, this is not going to look at all like an owl. It wasn't looking promising as of yesterday morning. But after a couple of hours of tweaking and adjusting and whatnot, it does look like an owl. So I've shown it to my hubby, and he guessed it's an owl. He got it right. He's like, oh, it's an owl. and what was I gonna say? And he loves it. He's like, oh, you should sell it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nobody's gonna buy it. But it's so funny. But he normally doesn't get very excited about my crafts, though he likes when I finish something pretty. He's always very supportive, and he says how much he likes it. But this is one that he actually got really excited about. He's like, I love it. It's such a nice decoration. He's like, I'm like really surprised that he actually liked it so much, because I'm not sure if I like it so much, but at least my hubby does. So that's my macrame owl. It's a bit long to show you here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take it to Poland, and hopefully my mom can use it as a decoration. She also has like she works as a psychologist at schools, and she was asking me if I can give her some finished diamond paintings or something to use as decorations in her office. She's got a couple different offices, so maybe she can use the owl. Who knows? But so yeah, so that's my other achievement for January. Other than that, I've actually managed to do some diamond painting. I worked on the keys from Gustav Klimt, which I wanted to show it to you, but in another video I will show it to you. But I've actually managed to get some decent progress on that one. For how much time I had this like in January to craft, actually I'm quite happy with what I managed to achieve. But yeah, but now I'm trying to catch up, and yeah, struggling for time. So far I haven't done much stitching this month. But hopefully I can, because I'm traveling to Poland on Thursday. Because all my diamond paintings are very big, I'm probably not going to take a diamond painting with me. So I'm probably just going to take some stitching with me, or possibly crochet, because I have an idea to do like a small peacock in crochet. I'd really love to do that, and I have some yarns, so I may try. Maybe I will just take some yarns with me and do some crochet. I don't know, but yeah, something stitchy I will take. So hopefully if I take at least one of my projects, my cross stitch projects, with me to Poland, because I'll be at home with my parents, we probably won't be traveling anywhere, maybe for a day trip or something, but probably not for a long time. But I should have lots of stitchy time. So yeah, I'll take probably maybe 1 or 2 projects with me, and hopefully I'll get a lot of progress on that one that I take. But I don't know, I can't decide what to take with me. I'm thinking I should take a peacock, but then I also think I should take the modern folk embroidery, one of them. So I could take a peacock and a modern folk embroidery, so that way I can keep doing my 25 a day, as well as working on a peacock. I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. But there's so many other projects I want to take. Yeah, basically it's always the case when I travel. I can never decide what to take with me. Okay, so that's the owl. I did announce the winner, yes. So finally, yeah, so Peacock February. I just wanted to mention a couple of charts as well, since we're in the peacock mode. So if you've seen my whip parade or my previous videos, you would have seen the peacocks that already started. And one peacock that I'd really love to start, and I'm really tempted to actually maybe take that one and start it in Poland, I don't know, is the new peacock release from Yasmin's Made with Love, my lovely Polish stitchy friend from London as well. Yasmin just released a new chart, and she's doing it all for charity. She's running for charity, running a London marathon. She released a peacock chart, and it's lovely. It's so cute. I will try and insert a picture here of what it looks like. But I encourage you to go and support Yasmin with her cause. I think she's running for, I think the charity is like, it's supporting people with dyslexia or learning difficulties. So it's a really good charity. And she's been on a roll. She's been releasing charts one after another. I can't keep up. And right now she's, I've seen some sneak peeks on Instagram. Or she's probably finished by now as I'm recording this. She's stitching some lovely owl. So there's going to be another lovely release from her. I can see that. So there's a owl. Yeah, peacock, owl, all the beautiful things. There's a Polish band sampler. So yeah, go and check her out. She's got lots of beautiful things as well. Another peacock that I got was from the series. Well, actually it's not from the series, but it's also from the Cottage Garden samplings, because I really like their designs, and that's the one that I actually had on my list for a long time. So I finally bought it because it's a peacock month. It's the peacock and pomegranate. I think this one will look really, really pretty when it's done. So I got myself that chart as well. Yeah, but there's lots of beautiful peacock charts out there that I'd love to stitch. So yeah, maybe Peacock February will become a thing. I don't know. And yes, January squirrel salve, I don't know. But to be fair, I would like to finish my squirrels before next January. So, but let's see how that goes. Hopefully in autumn there'll be more in autumn there'll be more squirrel stitching. Very small haul, and that will be the end of this video. When I went to the Stitch and Chat day, I just wanted also to give a shout out to Naomi. I got this little scissor case from Naomi. She was selling bags and these little scissor cases. I thought this was so cute. It's got like a little heart here as well. Naomi makes some lovely bags, though I think at the moment her Etsy shop is shut, but she will be selling them on the Essex Needle Retreats, I believe. And yeah, just thank you so much, Naomi. These are beautiful, and I'm gonna, now that I travel, I always struggle when I travel where to put my scissors so that they don't pierce. I usually just take like my project bags or plastic bags. Where do I put my scissors so that they don't pierce things? So now I have this, so my problem is solved. Yeah, very neat. I also bought a couple of small Mill Hill kits from the Hawkins Hobbies. They had lots of stuff, but I didn't really want to buy a lot because I was a bit broke at that time. Anyway, that was before my hubby came back. And so, but I got myself a couple of very small Mill Hill kits. Yeah, they're very like the cute little owl. They apparently have this whole series. I've never seen these before, but she had one that was like done. And it looks so cute. All these Mill Hill kits, actually, the same for the butterfly. On the pictures, they don't really look very exciting, but then she had them actually made up, stitched up, and they look so pretty and so sparkly. And the couple that I've done over Christmas, the Christmas decorations, they also, if you just look at the picture, they don't look very exciting, but when you actually make them, they are so pretty. So yeah, I thought maybe every now and then I can do like a little Mill Hill ornament kind of thing. Yeah, so that's what I got. And then I got another piece of fabric from Megan because, well, I had to get one, you know. It's just so nice when you can see them in real life. It's really difficult buying fabrics online, but this one I thought was very pretty. I haven't decided yet what I'm gonna stitch on it, but it's really, really pretty. It's like a lightly mottled blue with grey mottling. Actually, this shows really well on the camera. This is very true to what it is. It's a 32 count even weave. I think it's really pretty. I don't know yet what I'm gonna stitch on it, but yeah, I don't think you can. I think a lot of things will go really beautiful on this. So I'm very happy with this fabric. And on that note, so see, I didn't buy a whole lot of things. I mean, I ordered a couple of things, but nothing, you know, I can show you on another day. I don't like doing long haul, because also when I watch Flosstube, I generally I don't know, I enjoy the whip part more than the haul part. And quite often I switch off during haul because I just lose attention quite easily during haul, and I realized that I actually have not been watching the video for, you know, I've not really been listening to the person because my brain just kind of switches off. So I don't want to torture you guys with long hauls, and anyway, I've not been buying that much stuff because I already have a lot, and yeah, I don't want to buy a whole lot, but there's always a few things here and there. But yeah, so anyway, so this is it for this video. I don't know how long this is now because I've recorded in parts and I need to put them all together. It's probably gonna be quite long, but you know, now if I'm gonna do it once a month, then hopefully you can survive a long video once a month. It's more the quality of the video that worries me than the length. I'm so sorry that it has been so chaotic. I think like I've been making no sense at all, but I wanted to put up a video, and if I don't put this one up, you know, if I was to re-record this, I'm not gonna have time today. I'm not gonna have time for the rest of the week. Then I'm traveling, and yeah, it's just never gonna happen. So it's either this or no video. I don't know. Maybe no video would have been better. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much, guys, for keeping me company, for listening to my chatting about random things and cross stitch. I love you guys. I always love hearing from you in the comments, so feel free to drop me a comment. You can say whatever you like. You can tell me what you've been up to, or what your plans are for February, or if you have any peacock projects, let me know. Please join me. You can use the hashtag. I don't know, I use the hashtag for my post. I don't know if anybody else is, but why not? Peacock February. I think it should be a hashtag because it sounds cool. Also, that makes me think, since we had January squirrel January squirrel style, now we have Peacock February. I don't know if we should have something for March. Do you have any ideas? Is there anything that, I don't know, like some spring stitching, I don't know, some flowers or butterflies or something nice for March that you guys would like to do? I don't know, let me know if you have any ideas for because I was thinking something spring, but I can't come up with a hashtag. Everything sounds kind of weird for March. So I don't know. So let me know if you can think of a good hashtag for March, a good theme for stitching in March, and if you have any projects that you'd like to stitch, I don't know, in March as well. Yeah, anyway, so let me know whatever you've been up to, or even if you just want to say hello, because I love hearing from you. Okay, and if you're not subscribing yet, please consider subscribing, though I would be really surprised. I'll be really surprised if anybody subscribes after watching this video. If anybody even makes it to the end of this video, you should get a prize. Really. So let me know if you got to the end of the video. I will think of something now. Okay, so yes, it was lovely to hear from you. I haven't heard. I don't know what I'm saying. It was lovely to catch up with you guys. Lovely to speak to you guys, and I hope to see you next time. I hope you come back. Have a lovely day, a lovely evening, wherever you're in the world. Happy stitching to you all, and yeah, bye bye. See you next time.